I typically do a 60-minute session the first time the client comes in because we're talking about what the issue is and we probably have a little more dialogue going on there. And follow-up sessions are usually 30 minutes because theta healing works very quickly.
You know, what's so fun to me about this and is that there's so many, you know, we've had different people on the show talking about psyche and hypnosis and and NLP and all these different modalities and now theta healing. There's so many different techniques and modalities out there now that are going for that limited idea, for that belief. Like going right for that idea, the big idea, those thoughts that are really holding us back. And just by changing those thoughts, people are having amazing transformation in their life. So it really gives some credibility to The Secret and to those movies and to, what was that movie that came out before that?
What the Bleep.
What the Bleep,
yes.
Do you know? Yeah, where really the perception, the thought is really creating the experience. Change the thought, change the perception, and you get to have a new experience. And it seems so simple, you know, it just seems so simple, but sometimes we really don't know what those beliefs are. Some people say with their conscious minds and their outside voices, oh, I'm not this and I'm not that, but to really get to those underlying, like to do that digging and get to that belief that's really where it's really activated, the belief that's really holding them back, and changing that is so powerful. And the cool thing about it is it's empowering for the client as well. Do you find that in theta healing?
Absolutely.
I'm so excited.
Well, I definitely find that in theta healing because it's when you pull that one belief, the amazement the first time a client experiences that one belief, having just been pulled or a feeling downloaded, completely changes that fear or that resentment or whatever it was that had brought them into the office. They're amazed. They're like, it's gone. How did that happen? In fact, clients sometimes have gone through a few sessions. They go, well, I don't know how this works, but it definitely works.
If you're feeling that good when you leave the office, let it go and enjoy your experience, you know.
Well, and I'll teach my clients how to go into that theta state and tell them to go up, 10 or 15 minutes in the morning, 10 or 15 minutes at the end of their day. It completely changes the start of their day. It completely changes the energy of everything, just tapping into that unconditional love energy. And it starts to heal everything in your body, in your life, because your body is a reflection of what's going on outside of you as well.
Exactly, yeah, that's a good point, you know. In fact, we already know that every thought has an impression in our bodies, so it is a reflection of our beliefs, and our body is a reflection of all of that. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
It really is.
So you've already mentioned the teaching, so theta healing can be taught. In fact, you teach it, don't you?
Yes, I do. I teach the theta healing classes, and theta healing can definitely be taught. The first class that a person would take is a basic theta healing class. And we really get into really right off from the first class teaching that digging technique and how to really, dissolve fears, clear resentments, all of those things, and really building those skills for digging.
And so, that's what you're learning in the class and teaching for people to be practitioners. When you're working with clients, are you actually teaching them, you mentioned that you ask them, invite them to do something 15, 20 minutes a day, and they're doing their pathway thing. So are you actually teaching your clients, or are they just learning it by the virtue of doing it? Like, I
actually take them through the process. So when we do the session, I'll go into theta and do the work on them, and we'll do the belief work and the changes. But at the end of the session, I will actually walk them up through that pathway and teach them how to go into that theta space.
Oh, excellent. What a gift. I mean, that just sounds like such an amazing gift. So it's really great to have a technique that you actually teach them, a technique they can do on their own. I love when practitioners actually empower their clients as opposed to having their clients be a little bit more dependent on them as a practitioner. Mm-hmm. So I love something like theta healing where you actually empower your clients to do this on their own. And because the cool thing is that they can continue, as beliefs come up, they can continue to shift those beliefs, come to the other side of that, go up and command the results and have healing on themselves for the rest of their life. I mean, this is a gift they get to take with them for the rest of their life. Yes.
Well, and that's why I love teaching it, because, I can work on a client and they'll come back to me with an issue. But a lot of my clients become my students because not everyone who takes a theta healing class necessarily wants to become a practitioner, although many of them eventually do follow down that path. But a lot of people take it just to learn the experience themselves. So when they come across issues in their daily life, they can take themselves up into theta and do that belief work really quickly, on the spot. It only takes a few seconds to get up into that theta space and change that belief.
So, you mentioned issues. They come to you with these issues. What kind of issues do people come to you with?
Well, lately it's been a lot of financial issues, as you can imagine, because there's this group consciousness belief that, there's not enough. And one of the things that we teach in Theta healing is that when you tap into that unconditional love, the universe is abundant. And so you're tapping into that and clearing those beliefs. And certainly people come with physical issues. They've kind of exhausted all the conventional, a little bit like Diana. She went through the conventional route, and it wasn't, it didn't completely work for her. And so people are looking for alternative ways to improve their health, to really live to their full potential. And when you change beliefs, you're also changing your physical constitution. For example, somebody that might have parasites in their digestive system tends to draw people who have parasitic energy in their lives. And so when you change that energy, you change the inside and the outside.
Yeah, I always say you're changing your point of attraction.
Right.
So what you're attracting to you and what you're attracted to supports the new belief. Yeah, excellent.
Absolutely,
Isn't
yeah.
that cool? How cool. We're so lucky to do this work.
We
don't
are.
You think?
It's, I have intense gratitude for the universe every day. I feel so lucky to have come across this and to be able to do this work.
And one thing that I'm hoping that you're all healing too. I hope you're all healing right now. But also I hope you're hearing that this is all about personal responsibility. And I'm hearing, you saying it, and I hear it from other practitioners. People are actually looking for modalities, other things that they can do for themselves, on themselves, take personal responsibility, and heal themselves. I mean, it really is amazing, because I've said it before and I'll say it again. Nobody knows what we need or what I need more than I do. So tapping into that, to God is source, love, joy, bliss, higher source, energy, is me. I'm really tapping into my intuition, my super consciousness. Is that true?
Absolutely, because when you go into that energy of unconditional love, you go into that energy of all that is, you're also tapping in to ask questions and get answers and getting the highest truth.
Yeah, wow. I mean, I'm just getting goosebumps just thinking about it. It's really, I really get excited, obviously, talking about this stuff. So, Deb, I appreciate so much you coming and having this conversation and teaching me all about Theta healing, because I've been really looking forward to this and learning about this, because we keep saying we're going to, talk about it, and we never have to, we've never gotten the chance. I'm like, fine, come on my TV show. That'll get you to talk about it. So perfect. I really appreciate it. Is there anything else you'd like to say to the audience about Theta healing? Or
Well, I just like to say that, it's within everyone's reach to tap into that unconditional love energy, and you are responsible for creating your experience. And Theta healing is just a great way of creating that new reality that you want and releasing all that other stuff that's keeping you keeping you from living a really happy life. Because I think at people's core, they really want to be happy and live from a happy place.
Yeah, I say we're joy-seeking beings, that's who we are. So seek joy. And again, thank you so much, Deb. It was such a pleasure having you on the show. And we're going to go take the pathway up to Source now. So you all have a great weekend, and blessings. Thank you, Deb.
Thank you, Mitch. Thanks for having me.
And again, if you want to find out more about Theta healing, you can go to thetahealing.com or to Deb's website, because Deb is also a teacher.
Yes.
You can go to dynamicmetamorphosis.com, and we'll spell that out for you once again. Have a great evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
What a fantastic interview, Mitch, and thank you very much, Debbie. That's just an amazing process.
Yeah, I'm really curious. Deb and I talked about after the interview, I'd love to experience that process, because anytime we're opening up channels to the source, how I get, my cells start dancing and I get all excited. So I'm really looking forward to having a session with Deb and having that experience.
You're going to have to report back to us and just tell us all the wonderful information you received. So fantastic. Thanks so much. And now we're going to talk about another form of instantaneous healing, another way to transform yourself instantly. And we mentioned at the beginning of the show, it's those wonderful words I like to hear, emotional freedom technique. So edify me, sir, on what emotional freedom technique is.
Okay, the first thing I'd like to say before we get into what it is and how it all came about is there's a woman in this next video that I thought this was so brilliant. She's talking about how she's not sure if she really believes in these techniques and believes in this spontaneous healing. She says, but for now, she's going to suspend her disbelief. So I'm inviting all of you. I thought that was so brilliant when she said that. So I'm inviting all of you. I don't know what your beliefs are, and it doesn't really matter. But for today, for this 1 hour, just suspend your disbeliefs